Good evening and welcome to Bizworld. I'm Adrian Seet. Malaysia's total trade continued to trend higher, expanding 39.8% year-on-year in July, with double-digit increases in both exports and imports. According to the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, the country's exports increased 38% to 134.07 billion ringgit. It was reported that the export growth was driven by higher demand for electrical and electronic products, petroleum products, as well as liquefied natural gas. Meanwhile, imports expanded 41.9% to 118.58 billion ringgit for a total trade value of 252.65 billion ringgit. The trade surplus broadened 14.3% to 15.49 billion ringgit. The Bursa Research Incentive Scheme, or Bursa Rise, has helped increase the share value of 60 participating public-listed companies, or PLCs, by 4% to date. The program, which started late March, aims to improve trading velocity and corporate profiles of PLCs.
So I think this is something similar to previously we had a Bursa Meets program, and in that Bursa Meets program as well, 90% of the companies under that program actually continued to be covered by research houses even after the research incentive ended. So the difference between the previous Bursa Meets program and the current Bursa Rise program is that the current Bursa Rise program includes an IR and PR element in that program.
She was speaking after the launch of the third PLC Transformation Programme Guidebook entitled Strengthening Stakeholder Management and Investor Relations. Bursa Malaysia has invested 1.5 million ringgit for this program for 60 fundamentally good companies that are under-researched. For 1 year, Bursa will pay research houses 25,000 ringgit to write research reports on each participating PLCs. Meanwhile, Bursa's chairman Tan Sri Abdul Wahid Omar said the local banks will benefit from foreign inflow following the return to normalization of monetary policy globally.
So I think that's why quite a fair bit of the inflow of that 6.2 billion ringgit has been into banking stocks, if I may. So I think with the expected normalization of interest rate here in Malaysia too, so I think we expect more investors to come into the financial services sector as well. But I don't think it will go to the pre-pandemic level to that extent.
He added that foreign shareholding in Bursa Malaysia has remained steady at above 20%. However, the figure has since reduced to 20.2% versus 22.3% during the pre-pandemic levels. He noted that it is difficult to reach the pre-pandemic levels looking at current global uncertainties. With the aggressive US interest rates hikes, there will be typical flight to safety to US dollar assets, which will affect the emerging markets overall.
Travel restrictions are over. How is the aviation industry staying ahead as the nation moves into the endemic phase of COVID-19? What ways can be used to attract movers and shakers in the aviation industry? And how to support and sustain growth in the industry? Money Matters speaks with the nation's youngest CEO in the history of the Malaysian aviation industry this Saturday at 5 p.m. on TV3.
The construction sector is facing critical labour shortage and desperately needs more than 400,000 workers. According to the Malaysian Bumiputra Contractors Association's president, Dato' Azman Yusof, 40% of development projects could potentially be delayed without those workers.
Apabila projek dia kena LED, sudah tidak mampu untuk membiayai projek itu sendiri, isu pekerja, isu kewangan sendiri dalam syarikat mereka, dan akhirnya syarikat itu kena muflis. Boleh gulung tikar, tetapi gulung tikar ni kita kena ingat, bukan hanya company. Syarikat itu mempunyai semua efek dia berlaku. Staff dia akan kehilangan kerja, pejabat dia kena tutup.
Although the government has reportedly agreed to bring in 300,000 foreign workers, Dato' Azman said the process is taking too long. Hence, the industry hopes the foreign workers' intake will be quicker in order to ensure projects and economic recovery will not dampen. Besides that, the additional 11 materials under variation of price VOP announced by the Prime Minister last July still has not been implemented. As such, the government should consider increasing existing contract values by 3 to 5% to help contractors cushion the impact of high materials costs. And that's all the time we have for Bizworld today. I'm Adrian Seet. Thank you for watching and keep tuning in to TV3.